Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of the Cabinet Vision Guy. In today's episode we're going to continue our JavaScript series and we're going to continue our mini-series on 2D CAD JavaScript. In the first episode I gave you a little bit of an overview of some of the objects and some of the commands that we have for 2D CAD and JavaScript. And we took a look at an example UCS where we added a little bit of text in just to place the assembly construction into the plan view of this assembly. Today we're going to take a look at some of the other objects that we can add in and some of the properties that we can set for those objects as well. Again, I've got some attributes that are set for my assembly here so I can enable and disable certain items. So the things that we're going to hopefully look at today, we've got the option to add a rectangle, we can add different lines, we can add a text box, we can add a leader, we can add symbols, and we can also draw arcs and circles as well. If you haven't seen the first episode, obviously go give that a watch now before you get to this one, and I'll put the link in the description as well. So let's take a look at our UCS that's creating some of our CAD for us. So if I go into utilities and user created standards, I've got add assembly CAD, and I'm gonna obviously head it into code. I think we got down to the section where we were adding our text CAD. And the next thing that we do in our UCS is we add our rectangle. Again, I've got a simple bool attribute just to check whether I'm enabling or disabling this. Well, at that point what we do is we create a rectangle object and we do cvsystem.createObject and we do cvrect. We then check if it's null. Again, if you don't have the 2D CAD multiplier enabled on your license, I think it will return null, so it's always worth including this. We then set the color, so a simple property, and we use a color ref. If you're not sure about colors, again, go back and watch the first episode because we've got a function up at the top here just to get our hexadecimal version of our color. To create the rectangle, what we do is we do rectangle.setByCorner, and then we provide it the X position of the first corner, the Y position of the first corner, then the X position of the second corner, and the Y position of the second corner. Once we've done that, we do this.addCAD, and then we pass the plane and the CAD object that we want to add. Now, if I just head over to the help file, and I'm in the JavaScript CAD section, what I'm going to do is just click on rectangle and see that there's a couple of different things that we can do with this. We can set by corner, which is what we've just looked at, and then we can also set by size as well. So rather than passing it the coordinates of the second corner, we can just pass it the width and the height. So again, it's worth checking out the help file just for all the different things that we can do with some of the objects that we've got to play with now. The third thing that we add is our simple line, and we again check our attribute. We then create a new line, and this is CV line. We check if it's not null, and then we provide the X1 position, so the first X position, then the Y1 position, the first Y position, and then we've got X2 and Y2, which is the second X and Y positions. So essentially we're just drawing a straight line, and then obviously we set the color again, and then we do this.addCAD. Again, we pass the plane or the axis, and we pass the CAD object that we want to introduce. Again, I'm going to head over to the help file just to see some of the different properties and settings that we've got when we're creating a line. So if I go onto line, we've got some different methods here. So we can do things like get angle and get length. We can also set, which is what we've just done using the X1, Y1, X2 and Y2 coordinates. We can also just give the start point, give an angle and give a length as well. So this one would be pretty cool. If I just go back for a second, or just, sorry, head up to the top, you'll see that the properties, we've also got line width, line type and dash scale. And if I just go back, you'll see that we've got line type, so we can do a solid line. We can also do like a dashed and a dotted line as well. We can also specify a line weight. Now, if we are doing a dash line, we'll also need to provide the dash scale as well. And this would be something like 1, 0.5, and so on and so forth. So the next object that we add is a text box. For this, we do cvsystem.createObject and we provide the CV text box. Again, we check if it's not null, and we set the color, and then we do textbox.setByCorner. we give a text height for this. We also give a horizontal align. We specify that we want a frame with our text box. And we've also got the angle property as well, so we can specify an angle for the text box if we want. And then what we can do is we can do textbox.text and then add in all the different text that we want to add into our specific text box. Now, a little tip for you, if you are working with text boxes, what you might want to add is, you'll notice I've got a slash and an N built into my string here, and that's just going to make sure that I've got a new line. So I've got my materials, new line hinges, new line pulls, new line door style, and new line materials. And again, I'm going to head over to the help file and take a look at this object. So if I click on text box, you'll see that we've got different properties for the text box itself. We've got the frame, the text font, so we can specify a font as well. We've got the horizontal align, the text bold, whether we want obviously the text in bold, and we can also specify the text height as well. Now we can do set by corner, which is I think what we've done there, but we can also do set by size as well, where rather than providing the X1 and Y1, X2 and Y2 positions, we can provide the X, Y and the width and the height as well. Yeah, we're using set by corner. So once we've finished setting the properties on our text box, again we do this.add CAD, we then pass the axis and the CAD object, and that'll create obviously the CAD through plan view for us. The next item that we add here, I've added a little bit more example code for us. Now these sections where we've got the line width or line weight also apply to lines as well. I just thought I'd include everything in this section because there's a few different things that we might want to include here. So for this section, we're creating a leader. So we do var leader equals CV system.create object and then use a CV leader. We then provide it in initial X and Y position. And then what we do is we do leader.add node. And if I show you how this looks, we actually add 2 nodes to this. And this is where we give our initial position here, and then we draw a line up and add a node here, and then along here as well. We also specify the color, we specify an arrow size, we specify a font that we want to use for this, and you'll notice I've used a slightly different font to the Arial one. Then we can specify a line width, we can specify a line type, so with this one we've got a dashed line, we've got a dash scale that we use in, we've also got an arrow type as well. We can specify that the text is going to be a fixed scale, which I've got set to false. We don't actually need to include this if we don't want to use it, but I thought it'd be good in the example. We also specify a text height. We specify the text that we want to use, and what I'm doing is I'm just taking a cabinet comment, so I'm doing this.evaluate and comment. We then specify the horizontal alignment for the text itself, and we've also got the vertical alignment for the text. Once we finish setting the properties, again we do this.add CAD and we specify the axis and the CAD object that we want to pass. And I'm sure you're used to it now. We're going to head straight into the help file to take a look at this object. So there's a couple of properties that I've not included in the example. We've also got things like text clearance. So if we want to specify the clearance from the text from the node itself, we can do. We've also got a couple of different methods we can use. We can do add node, which we've got in the example, but we can also do set origin as well, where we're providing the X and Y position of the origin of the leader. Again, we've got some examples in the help file too, so if you're not too sure, check out the example we've got on the Nexus community, or have a look in the help file to check all the different properties. The next thing that we add with our CAD is a symbol. So this one is var symbol, and we do CV system.create object, and then we give a CV symbol. Again, we're always checking if our object is not null, and then we do symbol.insert, and we provide the X and Y positions. Then we provide a path to the symbol itself and a scale for the symbol. Once we've provided the path and the X and Y positions and scale, we do cab.addCAD, and then we pass the axis and the symbol itself. I've got this UCS running for each cabinet, but I can also do this this.addCAD as well. If I just close this down and take a look, the symbol that we're using comes from our drawing section, so into drawings library, and all we need to do is pass the pathway to the symbol, so that's ASM symbols, and then we've got some different symbols in here that we can use. Again, I'm going to go into the help file and just take a look at the symbol object. And again, this one's really simple. So we've just got an X and a Y property, the symbol pathway itself, and then a scale. Again, we've got an example down here just showing how we add a symbol. And again, with everything, we can add this to cabinet level, but we can also add it to part level as well. So back into our UCS and down to the bottom for the last couple of objects. So the last section, what we've got is we're creating an arc. So we do CV system.createObject and we've got a CV arc. Then we're specifying the color of the arc, and then we've got the option arc.setByRadius. Again, I'm sure you can guess, I'm going to head into the help file, take a look at the arc object, and you'll see with this one we've got the option setByRadius, and we pass it the initial X and Y position. We then pass the radius, and then what we do is we pass the begin angle and the end angle. We've also got the option arc set by 3 points, in which case we'll pass the X1, Y1, so the start points. We'll then pass the midpoints and the endpoints as well. We can also specify for arcs the color, line width, line type, and dash scale as well, just like with the normal line or with a leader. Once we've finished creating our arc, we do this.addCAD. Again, we pass the axis and we pass the object that we'd like to create. And the last objects that we add in is we've got a couple of circles. So we do var circle and we do CV system.create CV object, and this is a CV circle. Again, we always check if it's not null, and then we set the color, and you'll notice we're actually creating 2 circles, but I'm also just setting the color once because we don't need to set it again. Then we do circle.set and provide the positions of the circle, and I think it's the radius as well. And then we do this.addCAD, add in the first circle, and then we do circle set, give it the second position, and add in circle again. Again, I'm going to head over to the help file and take a look at the circle. So for this one, we've just got circle set, and yeah, we're giving it the X position, Y position, and the radius. And again, we can set the dash scale, the line type, the line width, color, radius, and X and Y positions. The last section we've got in here is for remove CAD. And if this is true, we do this.remove CAD and we remove it from the plane that we're working on. And then all we do is remove some parameters that we're using to set up at the top. So if I close this down, you'll see that with this short UCS, we can add quite a lot of information to our assembly. Obviously, with more practical examples that we're going to look at, there'll probably be more use in real life situations. But this just gives you an idea of all the different objects that we can add using JavaScript CAD. Join me in the next episode where we're going to start to look at adding dimensions using JavaScript and 2D CAD. Hopefully you found this episode useful. Feel free to give us a like, share and subscribe. We're also on Facebook, that's facebook.com/thecabinetvisionguy, and Instagram too, that's instagram.com/thecabinetvisionguy. Cheers!